What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel here at Breezy Woods Homestead. As you can see, I'm out here with the chickens this morning, and that is because the other day we seen a fox. We actually seen, well, okay, I didn't see it. Valerie seen it. She was home. I was at work, like I always am. Big surprise, right? But I was at work. She gave me a call and said, "Oh, there's something trying to get to the chickens." It turned out it was a fox. And it was, it was right out here, outside of the run here. And you see I got a trap set up, but it was outside of the run here, trying to dig in to the coop. And the way she found out is because she was inside and just heard the chickens go crazy. They started, flapping around and screaming and yelling. So she came to see what it was, and it was a fox. So because of that, we haven't really let the chickens out for a few days. We've kind of just kept them up here in the coop. We haven't seen the fox, but that's not to say that it's not still around. So they've been cooped up in here for a few days, and their coop has gotten messy because we usually let them out during the day. They free range, and then they come back into the coop at night. Yeah, there's you can see all the chicken poop kind of everywhere. We did clean out this morning, and real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this. But first, check these ladies out. You're facing the wrong way, ma'am. But yep, they're laying. A few they've been laying today. That's good. One missed. If you have chickens, I'm sure you know that with their roosting bars, there is like a crazy amount of manure buildup, because while they're roosting overnight, they keep pooping, and it all just falls into a big pile directly underneath the roosting bars. So what we did is we built this sort of litter box here. We have it to where it catches most of the droppings. You can see some land on the edge here, and occasionally we'll have some kind of around the edges. But this still has made it extremely easy to keep it clean in here. We don't have to clean up as much poop. I feel like it's not as big of a mess all the time. And what we have, basically, we filled it up with sand, so it acts kind of like a kitty litter. And what we do is we use what do they call them? A pooper scooper? One of those little shovel things that you use for your cats to clean out their litter boxes. We have one of those, so every morning after we feed everybody, we'll come in here and we'll scoop up all the poop, and it's really easy. We'll put it into a bucket and then throw all the poop out into the compost pile. I'll show you guys a little bit more about all that stuff and how we kind of do that in a sec. But I just wanted to kind of give you a little idea of what this was and something that we did to help keep the chicken coop a lot cleaner than it used to be. But yeah, we're gonna get this thing cleaned out today. I'm gonna show you how we disinfect everything, how we keep everything clean in here. It's actually pretty cold today, so I think I'm about to make a fire before we get started on that chicken coop. So I guess the first thing we're gonna have to do is go ahead and let the little critters out. There we go. There goes the jerk rooster. Don't turn your back on this guy, because he'll try to get you. Alright, so this is pretty much what we'll need. Well, in addition to these two shovels, you'll probably want a rake, so let me get that. Okay, so a rake and a couple shovels. If you have an extra set of hands helping you, you'll want two shovels just to get it done. But you'll need these just to basically clean out all the old bedding and nesting materials, the pine shavings, hay, all that stuff. You can use these to easily get it all scooped up out of the coop. We'll need some vinegar and a couple spray bottles, because this is what we're going to use to actually clean and disinfect everything. And then you'll need some new bedding. So we have some pine shavings here, large flake, and I only have one, so I'm gonna have to run and get at least 2 more of these to make sure that it covers the entire coop. I know the back of my truck is extremely dirty, don't judge. You'll probably also need a water hose just to kind of spray the inside of your coop down a little bit, just to get some of the dust off the walls and the ceiling and all that. You want to try to get as much of the debris and everything out as you can before you go to disinfecting with the vinegar and cleaning everything up with the vinegar. Try to get all your chickens out of the nesting boxes before you do this part. But you can see me doing it here. What you're gonna want to do is basically get a water hose into your chicken coop, and you're gonna want to spray down the walls, spray down the floor a little bit, spray down the nesting boxes, the roost, pretty much everywhere, and that'll just get all the extra dust and debris and all that kind of stuff cleaned up for you, at least a little bit more. Yeah. After you're done spraying everything down, and I can actually, or you can actually see them too. You can see there's still dust particles floating around. But spraying it down really just kind of helps get some of that dust picked up for you. And I mean, there's some water in the nesting boxes. So basically, after you finish this step, you're just going to want to go ahead and kind of dry out your nesting boxes. And you can see there's some water puddled in here. Just get yourself a broom, brush it out. And then let this thing air dry. We are gonna go ahead and get the next step ready, and that is getting our cleaning agent, I guess we'll call it a cleaning agent, ready. We got an actual cleaning vinegar, and what we're gonna wanna do is just put a 50-50 mix in these spray bottles right here. So fill it up halfway with the vinegar, and then the other half you just top off with water, give it a good shake to mix it up, and we're gonna spray that pretty much all over the coop. And that is going to be just a more natural way of keeping everything disinfected and keeping everything clean in there, so that the chickens aren't prone to getting sick from diseases and just having a dirty living space. But it's going to be a lot better. You definitely don't want to use bleach. You don't want to use really any sort of chemicals, because it's just not healthy for the chickens. It's better to just go ahead and use some good old-fashioned vinegar. That'll do the job just fine, honestly. Same as bleach. So we're gonna get that mixed up, and after that, should be dry enough to be able to go in there and start spraying everything down. We're going to get the nesting boxes dried up and cleaned up really good, and then it'll be almost time to start putting new bedding in there. So let's get this vinegar mixed up.
Yeah.
So pretty much all you're going to want to do with your little cleaning solution here is spray everything. Get it all on your nesting boxes, all inside. Get it all on your walls. I mean, pretty much everywhere. Just spray it where you see the chickens go at the most. The roosting bars, that's a big one. Get everything nice and coated with this vinegar. It's going to keep everything nice and disinfected and clean for you and your chickens. We're gonna go ahead and finish spraying this off. You can see that little back window's open. We have all the doors, that front door's open, the little chicken door's open. So after you get this stuff sprayed down, can you see? Look, you see that? You can see my breath. It's pretty cold. I was telling you guys it was pretty cold. That's why we made that fire earlier. But we're gonna finish getting this place sprayed down with this vinegar. After that, what you're gonna want to do is basically just leave all your doors open. If you have a window like this in your coop, leave that open. Let this place air out really nice and really good before you start putting down your bedding and your nesting materials again. So we're gonna finish that up, and we'll see you guys here in just a sec. Alright guys, well, this has been airing out for a little while, maybe about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. And it is pretty good. It looks a little moist still, but I mean, it's dry. There's no more puddling going on here like like we were seeing earlier. There was some puddling going on here in this section, but it is pretty good. It is clean. I'm gonna get some new hay in these nesting boxes. Gonna get some pine shavings laid down, and like I said earlier, I do only have one bag of pine shavings, so I'm gonna have to go and get at least 2 more of these to make sure it's enough to cover the entire inside of the coop here. This is this is that little scooper I was talking about. It's you can find it in the cat section of any store. It's just a regular pooper scooper, but there's a little poop in there, so I can kind of show you. I do need to put more sand in this. But basically, every morning after we feed everybody, this just really helps keep the bottom clean, because if you can picture this without the little sandbox here, or litter box, whatever you want to call it, if you can picture it without it being there, all the poop that the chickens poop from up here overnight will just land in a huge pile, and it gets pretty caked up really fast. So this is the method we found that works pretty good. Like I said, it's basically just a giant litter box, and whenever they poop in it like this here every morning, there's, you know, quite a bit of poop in here, but we can take stuff like this, scoop it up like that. You can see how the poop stays behind. Get that piece. So there's some, and what we'll basically do is put it in the bucket, that yellow bucket that I got the scoop from. We'll put it in there and then take it out to the compost, and it's basically not going to any waste, because once it's composted down, we can use it in our garden and, you know, give extra nutrients to our soil and make sure our plants grow nice and healthy. So it's all a circle of life. I'm gonna get some hay and some more. I gotta run up to town, get some more pine shavings, and we're gonna get this thing put back together. But yeah, I just basically was trying to just show you guys how we keep our coop clean, what we do to keep everything nice and disinfected, and just basically our methods, how we do this every single, well, we don't do this every day. We probably do a deep clean like this maybe once a month. And that's when we change the bedding, do everything. But there are little minor weekly cleanings and daily cleanings, like the sandbox here, that we still have to do, you know, every day. But But yeah, that's all we got for today's video, guys. I just was, like I said, I was just showing you guys how we keep our coop clean. I mean, it's, you know, it takes a few hours out of your day, but it's something that, you know, has to be done. We do it, like I said, at least once a month. Helps keep everything nice and clean in here so that our chickens are healthy and have a nice clean living space and are happy. And that's all that matters. We want our animals to be happy. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about anything, drop them down in the comments. I'll get to you guys as soon as I can. Other than that, we'll see you guys on the next video.